Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Divisha Mehta, an artist, designer and entrepreneur. I have been running my art business for 6 years now and I have done more than 100 art commissions, mainly for watercolor pet portraits, human portraits, custom wedding bouquets, horses, etc. and have taken many other personalized art commission projects. In today's video, I will be sharing some of my few tips and tricks from my experience so that you can set a fair and reasonable price for your artwork. So when you are starting, this question is common. How much should I charge for art commissions? Here are my few tips that I learned with my experience. So my first tip is consider your time and skill level. The first thing to consider when setting your prices is your time and skill level. When I first started, I was asking all these questions to myself on how much time will it take to complete the commission and how skilled I am. Can I paint this and how good that will be? But after my research and consideration, I found that generally the more time and skill required, the higher the prices should be. When I first started, I was selling watercolor art prints locally and online. But one day, a client approached me and asked me if I can paint a portrait of her dog. It was new to me, but I considered myself at entry to medium level as I was painting since many years, but watercolor pet portraits were new to me. I knew I can paint a pet portrait well with a decent outcome in watercolor, but I started with entry level. My second tip is to research your competition. Researching your competition is essential to setting a competitive price for your art. Look at other artists who offer similar styles and types of commissions and see how they price their work. This will give you an idea of what is reasonable and competitive in the market. I was doing my commissions in watercolor, so I was looking at similar style artists who were doing the same work. My third tip is to consider the materials and tools you'll use. The cost of materials and tools should also be factored into your commission pricing. If the commission requires expensive materials or tools, you may need to charge more to cover those costs. For me, I was using good quality watercolor paper, some brushes and paints. Honestly, this was not a big factor for me as my materials cost was not too high, but it might be good for you if you are using like canvas or expensive paints. My fourth tip is factor in your overhead expenses. This includes things like studio rent, shipping, website hosting fees, and marketing expenses. You'll want to ensure that your prices are high enough to cover these costs and still make a profit, because that is very important. My fifth tip is be transparent with your pricing. Transparency is key when it comes to pricing your art commissions. Make sure your clients know what they are paying for and what the final price will be. Consider creating a pricing guide or calculator that clients can use to estimate the cost of their commissions. I priced my commissions considering the size of the artwork, and I kept my prices reasonable when I just started. I made a list of different sizes and prices according to them. For example, for an 11 by 14 inches watercolor pet portrait, I was charging $110 and lower or higher to different sizes. For human portraits, it was like higher, like for 11 by 14 inches, it was $250 as it needed more detail. So again, it depends how much you think you want to charge considering all the tips I am listing in this video. Okay, so my sixth tip is don't undervalue your work. It's important not to undervalue your work. While it can be tempting to lower your prices to attract more clients, this can actually hurt your business in the long run. Set a fair price for your work that reflects its value and the time and skill required to create it. When I did my research, I found people were charging way low for watercolor pet portraits, but that depends on whether it is handmade or digitally produced. So consider what kind of artwork you do. And lastly, my seventh tip is to consider offering different pricing options. You can consider offering different pricing options to your clients, such as base price for a standard commission and additional fees for more complex requests. This can help you tailor your prices to each client's specific needs and ensure that you are being compensated fairly for your time and effort. For example, if your client requests to add a background or needs some extra details like to add wings to their pets, etc., then you can consider offering different pricing options. And that's it for this video on how to price your art commissions. Remember to consider your time and skill level, research your competition, factor in materials and overhead expenses, be transparent with your pricing, and don't undervalue your work. By following these steps, you can set a fair and reasonable price for your art and build a successful commission business. Let me know in the comments if you are planning to start taking commissions or already doing it. Art commissions are a great way to earn some extra side income or make it full time when you become a pro at it. For me, it was a great income source when I started my business, but now I do them occasionally as I expanded my art business in other streams and don't have much time to devote to it. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked my video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video.